It's the end of the century, and humanity's worst nightmare becomes reality. A mysterious pathogen, the RR virus, sweeps across Earth's atmosphere. Within months, 2 billion people are dead. But that's not the worst part. The virus mutates the planet's animals into nightmarish monsters, and when global governments try to nuke them into oblivion, it doesn't work. The monsters survive. Human civilization, not so much. Only 5 nations remain, and they band together to create massive walled cities, the last sanctuaries for mankind. But here's the twist. Just like the animals, some humans have evolved too. These are the warriors, superhuman fighters who are humanity's only line of defense against the monsters roaming the ruins. Our story begins with a boy named Luo Feng. He's just a regular high schooler, staring out at the broken skyline of a destroyed city with his classmate. They joke about how cool it would be to explore those ruins, but only warriors are allowed outside the walls. Luo Feng squints and swears he sees something moving in the sky, but brushes it off. Spoiler, it wasn't nothing. It was a black-crowned golden eagle, a terrifying monster that military jets can't even scratch. They have to call in a real warrior to handle it. Meanwhile, back at school, Luo Feng locks eyes with Xu Xin, the girl he clearly has a crush on. His friends and hers practically shove them together, but before he can say a word, the rich, arrogant Zhang Haobai rolls up in his fancy car and offers her a ride. Classic rich kid move. Then chaos erupts. The black-crowned golden eagle descends on the city, and its supersonic shockwaves shatter every window in sight. Glass rains down on Xu Xin, but time seems to slow down. Luo Feng moves on pure instinct, scooping her up and dodging the deadly shards. Just when the monster fires diamond-hard feathers at them, a mysterious warrior's blade flies in out of nowhere, deflecting the attack. That warrior takes on the eagle in the clouds and kills it with a single, devastating blow. Luo Feng is awestruck. That's his dream. He wants to be that strong. Zhang Haobai, not one to let a grudge go, confronts Luo Feng with 2 other martial arts students. They gang up on him, 3 against 1, brass knuckles included, but Luo Feng wipes the floor with all of them. Even the head martial arts instructor, Xiang, is impressed, noting they have 0 data on this kid. But life isn't kind to Luo Feng. He lives in the slums with his parents and his wheelchair-bound brother. His biggest dream? Get into the military academy so he can afford a house with an elevator, so his brother can finally leave the house. He also wants his parents to sleep in a real bed instead of on the couch. Simple, heartbreaking goals. Zhang Haobai isn't done. He has thugs jump Luo Feng on the day of the exams. Luo Feng beats them all, but he arrives 15 minutes late. The proctor wants to disqualify him, but instructor Xiang vouches for him, and he gets to take the test. Of course, Zhang Haobai sabotages him again, stepping on his exam paper, and Luo Feng pushes himself so hard, he passes out from exhaustion. He wakes up 3 days later in the infirmary, with Xu Xin by his side, thanking him for saving her. Zhang Haobai barges in, pretending to be his buddy in front of her. The second he leaves, Luo Feng is so furious he bends the metal bed frame with his bare hands, and surprises even himself. Instructor Xiang drops a bombshell. Even though Luo Feng failed the written exam, his physical skills are good enough to take the warrior-to-be test. Past that, and he skips college entirely. He can start making real money for his family immediately. Luo Feng doesn't hesitate. He signs up. On the day of the test, he meets Yang Wu, another candidate. Yang Wu explains the 4 paths for warriors. Join the army, join a martial arts club, join a syndicate, or become a mercenary. Luo Feng is excited about the money, but sad that Xu Xin, destined for high society, will now be even further out of his reach. At the testing facility, they're strapped into VR-like chairs and thrown into a simulated monster-infested city. Luo Feng is terrified at first, watching others kill monsters around him. But then he remembers his family and snaps into action. He takes down a 1-horned boar, then a tiger mastiff with his bare fists when his sword gets stuck. Then the real threat appears, a golden vulture. It tears through his teammates. Luo Feng fights it alone, his sword snapping against its skull. He manages to cling to it as it takes flight, and in a desperate move, he plunges the broken blade into its eye. It throws him off and kills him in the simulation. But when he wakes up, he passed. Not only that, he scored the highest of all applicants. Now he qualifies for the field test in 1 month. And as a reward, he gets access to something crucial: genetic energy practices. the secret technique that turns regular humans into superhuman warriors. But there's a catch. He also learns about an even rarer class of warriors, spirituality masters, people who can tap into not just genetic energy, but spirit energy. It's a gift you're born with, and it makes you unstoppable. Instructor Zhang tells him not to worry about it yet, but trouble follows Luo Feng everywhere. His father takes a side job at Zhang Haobai's mansion of all places. Zhang Haobai falsely accuses his dad of damaging the floor, shoves him, and orders his men to beat him. Luo Feng shows up, destroys Zhang Haobai and his thugs, but it's a trap. Zhang Haobai had cameras rolling. Luo Feng gets arrested. In the detention center, a massive inmate, a former warrior-to-be, tries to intimidate him. Luo Feng refuses to massage him. They fight, and Luo Feng wins. But the other inmates warn him. If a warrior-to-be gets into trouble, they get disqualified. That was Zhang Haobai's plan all along. Not satisfied, Zhang Haobai hires a hitman named Cobra, a brutal killer who murdered multiple participants in the field test. Cobra is offered money, a spot on the elite Huya squad, and a clean record in exchange for taking Luo Feng out. Meanwhile, Senator Zhu, the very warrior who saved Luo Feng from the eagle in Episode 1, has been watching him closely. He tells Instructor Zhang that Luo Feng has incredible spirituality and will definitely pass the next phase. Everyone is shocked, because Senator Zhu is a master of that very power. Back in his cell, Luo Feng meditates, practicing the 5 acupoints skyward, the method warriors use to draw cosmic energy into their bodies. It's painful, terrifying, and feels like drowning, but he forces himself to stay calm and finally connects with the universe. He can feel his genes optimizing, but Cobra is meditating too. He's released from his cell, and as he walks past Luo Feng's door, he sends a snake-like shadow creeping into the cell to attack Luo Feng mid-meditation. And that's where the story leaves us, with Luo Feng trapped in a jail cell, fighting for his future, his family, and possibly his life, all while a deadly assassin closes in.